The former prime minister of a nuclear-armed state is going blind in a prison cell, and the world is absolutely silent. Reports have now confirmed that Imran Khan has lost 85% of vision in his right eye. This is not just a case of medical negligence. This looks like the calculated, systematic dismantling of a political threat. Is this a slow death by design? Let's analyze the cold, hard reality. We need to strip away the emotion and look at the power dynamics at play here. The medical report submitted to the courts is terrifyingly specific. It states that the former premier has only 15% vision remaining in his right eye due to age-related macular degeneration that was left untreated. But in the world of realpolitik, nothing happens by accident. When a high-value prisoner, a man who commands the support of millions, is denied access to his personal physicians for months, that is a strategy. It is a strategy of attrition. The Pakistan establishment, specifically the deep state operating out of Rawalpindi, understands one thing very clearly. Dead martyrs are dangerous. A dead Imran Khan triggers a civil war. He becomes a symbol that burns down the country. But a disabled Imran Khan, a frail, blind, broken old man, that is a manageable problem. This is the dark logic of statecraft. By allowing his health to deteriorate to a point of no return, they are effectively neutralizing him without pulling a trigger. It is what we call plausible deniability in intelligence circles. They can simply claim it was old age, while the reality is they denied him the medical intervention that could have saved his sight. If you look at the geography of where this is happening, it tells you everything you need to know about who is in control. Visualize the map of Pakistan's Punjab province. Zoom in on the city of Rawalpindi. This is not just any city. This is the garrison city. The Adiala Jail, where Imran Khan is being held, is located here. Now look at the proximity. This jail is barely a few kilometers away from the general headquarters, the GHQ of the Pakistan Army. This geographical proximity is not a coincidence, it is a message. The former prime minister is physically incarcerated in the backyard of the very institution he challenged. He is in the belly of the beast. When you control the territory, you control the prisoner. The courts in Islamabad may issue orders, they may demand medical boards, but the physical custody lies with the deep state in Rawalpindi. In geopolitics, geography often dictates destiny. And right now, Imran Khan's destiny is being written by the men in uniform just down the road. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the absolute hypocrisy of the international community. Where is the outrage? When Alexei Navalny was mistreated in a Russian prison, the United States and the European Union were screaming from the rooftops. Sanctions were threatened. Ambassadors were summoned. The global media machine was in overdrive about human rights and the sanctity of political opposition. But here we have the most popular leader of Pakistan, a man who was democratically elected, slowly losing his eyesight in solitary confinement, and Washington is silent. London is silent. Why? Because morality does not exist in international relations. There are only interests. The West needs the Pakistan army. They need the generals to stabilize the Afghan border. They need the generals to keep the nuclear arsenal secure. And if the price of that cooperation is looking the other way while Imran Khan goes blind, then the West is willing to pay that price. This is the brutal truth of the international order. Human rights are a weapon used against enemies, not a standard applied to friends. This brings us to the internal situation in Pakistan. The government creates a narrative that everything is fine. They claim he is in good health, but the legal reports, the assertions by his lawyer Intizar Panjutha, and the findings of the medical board tell a different story. They speak of a loss of central vision. This suggests that the damage is permanent. The state is gambling. They are betting that the Pakistani public is too exhausted, too crushed by inflation and economic misery to rise up again. They are banking on the fatigue of the masses. But this is a dangerous gamble. If we look at the history of political martyrdom in Pakistan, from Zulfikar Ali Bhutto to Benazir Bhutto, physical harm to a leader often galvanizes the base in unpredictable ways. The establishment thinks they are defusing a bomb bomb by letting it rust, but they might just be letting the pressure build until it explodes. If Imran Khan is incapacitated or if he dies in custody, the fault lines in Pakistan will rupture. We are looking at a potential breakdown of law and order that the current coalition government, which holds a very weak mandate, cannot control. Now, we must pivot to the most critical part of this analysis. What does this mean for India? Why should New Delhi care if a Pakistani politician loses his eyesight? India must watch this with a hawk's eye. A stable Pakistan is a headache, but an imploding Pakistan is a nightmare. If the Pakistan army succeeds in neutralizing Khan, they cement their authority. A military dictatorship, even a de facto one, is historically something India has known how to deal with. It offers a single phone number to call in Rawalpindi. However, the process of getting there is chaotic. The India angle here provides a stark strategic lesson in strategic autonomy. Look at Imran Khan's trajectory. He tried to play the sovereignty card. He tried to say absolutely not to the United States. He tried to chart an independent foreign policy, and look where he is now. The lesson for India is not that independence is bad, but that independence requires immense national power to sustain. You cannot be sovereign if your economy is on a ventilator. You cannot challenge global powers if you are dependent on their loans. India's push for Atmanirbharta or self-reliance is the only firewall against this kind of external regime change operations. India has been able to withstand Western pressure on issues like Russian oil or Canadian interference precisely because India has economic leverage. Pakistan did not. Imran Khan tried to act like a superpower leader while leading a bankrupt nation. That gap between ambition and capability is what destroyed him. Furthermore, this situation vindicates India's long-standing stance on the deep state. India has argued for decades that the civilian government in Pakistan is a facade. The fact that a former prime minister can be denied basic medical rights leading to permanent disability proves that the constitution of Pakistan is subservient to the whims of the establishment. For Indian security planners, this reinforces the doctrine that any peace process with Pakistan is futile unless the army wants it. And right now, the army is too busy fighting its own people to think about peace with India. India's strategy must be one of aggressive containment. Strengthen the border, boost manufacturing, ensure internal stability, because across the border, the state is eating its own children. We are witnessing the slow-motion collapse of a political system. Whether Imran Khan survives this or not, the Pakistan we knew is changing. It is becoming more authoritarian, more desperate, and potentially more dangerous. So, as we watch the lights dim for Imran Khan, we must recognize the ruthless nature of the world we live in. It is a world where weakness is punished and where international law is merely a suggestion for the powerful. Before we conclude, a quick question to test your geopolitical knowledge. Which Prime Minister of Pakistan is the only one to have completed a full 5-year term? Is it A. Benazir Bhutto, B. Nawaz Sharif, C. Imran Khan, or D. None of the above? Think about it. The answer reveals the structural instability of the state we just analyzed. Leave your comments below. In geopolitics, there are no permanent friends and no permanent enemies, only permanent interests. Stay logical, stay prepared. Thank you for listening.